Hi, George Febish here. Today I'm filming in beautiful clear water right at the Intercoastal Waterway. You can see the boats behind me. And a lot of people ask the question, how do I plan for a vacation in Italy or really anywhere in Europe? And today we're going to focus on those concepts, what I do in planning a vacation. In fact, I'm planning a vacation with my girlfriend in September of this year. We're going to be going to Spain and then on to Italy, and we're going to spend about 22 days there. So plenty of time to relax and sit and be like the Spanish in Spain and be like the Italians in Italy. So come and listen to my suggestions, modify them for your lifestyle. I hope this helps. Okay, the first thing you need to do is plan when and where you're going to take your vacation. Now, the when obviously has a lot to do with the weather and what clothes you're going to have to take and so on. Does the area you want to go to have snow? Is it beach time? So those are considerations, and you can find the answers to these things on the internet easily. The where also involves what it is you want to see. Are you a museum type? Do you like old architecture? Do you like to get out of cities and go to wonderful little mountain towns and see different types of experiences like that? These will determine where you want to go. Maybe you have family in a country in Europe and you want to go see where they're from or where your family was from. These are all considerations. The big mistake a lot of people make is that they try to see way too much in a small vacation. You know, the old concept of I'm going to see 10 cities in 12 days doesn't work. Don't do it. You're going to be so upset because all you're going to have done was see the inside of public transportation or driving, and you're not going to enjoy yourself. So give yourself plenty of time, not just to see the sights, but have a leisurely afternoon. Sit at a bar, have a glass of wine or a beer or a soda. Watch the life, the European life, the Italian life go by around you. Enjoy it, you know, be part of the culture. Try to communicate with people and talk with them. Learn their points of view. This is going to make memorable vacations. Next, you want to put on a list those cities that you want to see. I tend to buy like a top 10 book. So if I'm going to a city that I haven't been to, what are the top 10 attractions in the city that I may want to see? I may cross some out, I may add some. Within each of those attractions, what are the top 10 things to see? So if you don't want to spend a couple of weeks in the Louvre, which you could easily do in Paris, what are the top 10 things that you don't want to miss in there? You can go and see more things, but at least you know you've seen the most important. Making this list helps you decide where you're going and when you get there, what you want to see in that place. The next thing is, how do I fly from where you are at home to your first stop? And then how do I get from the first stop to the second? Am I going to rent a car and drive? Am I going to take a train? Am I going to take a plane? There are some very cheap airlines in Europe, but you have to remember that airports tend to be outside cities, so it may cost you more to get to the airport and then back into your new hotel. Where trains usually come right into the city and you can either connect with a metro or in some cases walk to your hotel. These are decisions you can make. I put them on a spreadsheet. I decide, you know, what it is, the main things I want to do. I look at hotels. I look for deals on all kinds of sites, you know, Orbitz and Travelocity and so on, Priceline, whatever ones you like and you think you can get good deals, check out the deals. Once you find your hotel, and I tend to find hotels that are under $100, even in the major cities like Barcelona and Rome. So find your place you want to stay, write it down, put it in your budget. So how much is your airfare, how much are the trains or the car, how much are the hotels, and how much do you want to spend in a daily basis. For me, I can get by on $100 or €100 a day because I'm not buying a lot of souvenirs. I'm not buying lots of stuff to bring back. I have most of the stuff I need. So it's just meals. Meals are inexpensive. If your hotel doesn't come with breakfast, don't pay extra for it. There's a bar within a short walk of every hotel. Go to the bar, have a cornetto, which is a little pastry, and either a cafe, an espresso, or a cappuccino or a coffee latte, and that's your breakfast. For lunch, I tend to like to eat my big meal. So, I might get some fish, I might get pasta dish, whatever. That's my main meal of the day. And then in the evening, a panini, a sandwich, or something light. And of course, you have to have time for gelato. Gelato is very important, especially in Italy, but it's all over Europe. Once you've got your budget together, you have a feeling for how much this trip is going to cost you. Do you have credit cards that give you travel points that you can use? Use them to help lessen the cost. Does the airline you're going to fly, do you have miles on it? Use the miles to help lessen the cost of the flight. All these things can help get your budget down into a reasonable area. Flights are going to be the most expensive, so I tend to like to go for 3 weeks or more, because once you're there, for $200, $100 for a hotel and $100 for your daily expenses, you can get by. And airfares can be $1,200, $1,400 or more if you try to book them at the last minute. Important thing is to go to the cities that you want to see. If you've already seen the big cities, go out, rent a car, and go into the mountain towns. Go off the charts, get off the beaten track, think outside the box. Go see things that are exciting that you haven't been to. You don't have to keep going back to the same place. Also, don't have the mentality that you're never going to get back, therefore I have to do everything on one trip. That doesn't work. Good example is in Venice. I personally believe if you've never been to Venice, you do have to go see the tourist things. You have to go to Piazza San Marco and see the Duomo and see the Doge Palace and so on. It's just important to do. But spend some time, take a couple of days and just walk to the back streets of Venice. Get lost, traveling along little sidewalks next to the canals. Find a bar where you can have a glass of wine or a sandwich. Find a little restaurant back there that don't see a lot of tourists, don't speak English, but you can get by. Italian dishes are the same there as they are in the States, so you can figure out pretty much what you're getting. Enjoy yourself. Do something different. Well, in the comments below, I've left links to other vlogs that I do for cheaper airfares, cheaper hotels, what food and wine to get in Italy, and things to do, maybe cities to see first if you haven't been there. Watch those, plan your trip carefully, do your research, and go on your trip, relax, and enjoy. It's Italy. The other suggestion I personally have is I never use tour groups. I just don't like it. I don't like the restrictions. Some of the new ones are allowing you to have free days and go out and do something on your own for a day or two, and that's good. But on the restricted days, it's too restricted. I like to, when I see something and I say, wow, that's really interesting, I gave myself an hour here, but I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours because it's so interesting that I can be spontaneous. I can change what I'm doing. That's important to me. If it's not for you, or if you're just too nervous about language or being in a foreign country by yourself, then by all means, take a tour, but try to find one that's not totally structured. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, like below, and tell your friends about it. Let them, they may want to visit Europe, let them come and see my videos, and I hope you have enjoyed it. For now, ciao and arrivederci. Bon voyage.